Okay, so now if we don't want to use a density estimation method for coming up with a decision rule, then we have some other ways of learning linear classifiers. The simplest of them is a perceptron learning rule. So here we will assume that we have two classes, but they are linearly separable. So let's say we have two classes which are given by the following boundary, and on one side we have the positive class, on the other side we have the negative class. Okay, so what can be a loss function on which we can do gradient descent so that we can find this line? Okay, so let's look at that. And one proposal for the loss function, and that loss function will be a function of this, the weights W, which define a linear classifier, and that is going to be that we will take the negative of sum over all points that are misclassified. Okay, the points that are correctly classified, we are not going to bother about them, but the points that are misclassified, they will have a positive loss, so that when we add it all up, only when we correctly classify all the points, we have a zero loss, right? So zero loss is our target. So the points for which the points are misclassified, we will have this W transpose xi plus b, all right, and times the ti is going to have a negative sign. So here I belongs to set of misclassified points. I is only the misclassified points. So what does this mean? So let's say there's a point that is correctly classified, right? So let's first draw a classifier that has not converged yet. Let's say we start with some arbitrary classifier and it is oriented in this manner, that on the arrow side is all the positives, on the other side are all the negatives. So these 2 points are misclassified. They are on the positive side, they should have been on the negative side. Okay, so these 2 points will figure in this set M. Okay, all the other points that you see will not be in the set M. And for these points, here this multiplication with Ti takes into account whether they fall on the right side or the wrong side. So what that means is that if we have this W transpose I, right, W transpose xi plus b, this has to be greater than 0 for positive labeled points and less than 0 for negative labeled points. So how can we ensure that we don't deal with a positive sign and a negative sign? We neutralize the sign by multiplying it with Ti. So when Ti is -1, then we multiply the W transpose xi plus b, which is on which side of the plane they fall. So here they should fall on this side where they are negative, right? And when we multiply the 2 negatives, we'll get a positive, right? So and that will be the same for misclassified points that have label +1. So this multiplication by Ti takes care of the label on. So basically you can think of this yellow line as a mirror, and we are folding both sides onto one side of the mirror. Okay, the negative side and the positive side, by multiplying it with Ti. So once we have folded it on one side, then we just have to ensure that everything falls on the right side of that mirror. The signed distance, so Ti is the signed distance, that signed distance falls on the right side of the mirror. Okay. So for this, now you can see that if M is empty, if there is no misclassified points, then the loss is going to be 0. For any misclassified points, the term inside the summation is going to be negative, and because of the negative sign outside the summation, the whole contribution will be positive. So that means you will have a high loss. So for misclassified points, you have a positive high loss. For correctly classified points, you have a 0 loss. And based on that, achieving a 0 loss is a good idea to classify all the points correctly. However, it will stop doing any adjustments to the hyperplane the moment we are able to classify all the points correctly. Okay. And if the points are not linearly separable, we will never be able to have zero loss. Okay. So let's look at it a little more carefully now. That here, if you think about what is this W transpose X, right? So here we assume that, let's say, mod of W is equal to 1. All right, and because of that, this oriented hyperplane is always pointing towards the positive side. So here, this mod of Wxi plus b is going to be greater than 0 for positive points, and then multiplied with ti is equal to plus 1, it will be a positive number, but it will not figure in M because it is correctly classified. If it is wrongly classified, then this term will be negative for points that are labeled negative 1, and because of the contribution of the negative sign outside, the whole loss will be positive. So if you think about loss, right, and if you think about W transpose X plus B times T, right, so what is happening here, that we don't want this term to be negative. Whenever it is negative, we will get a loss. So the graph of the loss is going to look like this. It will be like going up whenever we have whenever we have this term less than 0, and it will be 0 because it will not figure in M. It will not be a part of M whenever this term is greater than 0. So we can get rid of this I belonging to M by enclosing the entire term in something called hinge loss. So the way we will enclose it in hinge loss is that we will say that we will look at W transpose Xi plus B, right, and we will take its product with Ti, and what we want is that we want a max of 0 comma this term, right? So whenever this is less than 0, we are correctly classifying. We don't need to worry about this part being figuring in the loss, and whenever it is only greater than 0, then we need to worry about this, and we need not have that negative sign then. And sorry, here it will be negative of this, and then we will sum it over all I, which is all the points. And that's another way of using it without using that another way of defining the loss without using the set M, because here anything that is not in set M, the loss will be 0. Okay, so how can we do gradient descent on this? So first of all, before we do gradient descent, let's first figure out that this loss is a convex function. So again, if I draw the loss function like this is called a hinge loss. In this hinge loss, what is clear is that if I take any 2 points and I join them, the curve will lie below the point. Although the gradient at the origin is not defined, the subgradient is defined. So because of this, the term is for an individual training point xi, the loss is convex. Now when I add the loss for all the training points, because I'm adding them with a positive constant plus 1, right? So the addition of convex functions, a positive addition of all the convex functions, is also convex. So the entire loss function is convex, and I can do gradient descent on that. So when I do gradient descent, then my weight update is going to be the previous weight minus eta times the gradient with respect to W of the loss. Okay, which in this case will turn out to be, here it will be now plus eta times. Now again that term will figure where you are including only the terms in M. Okay, so we will have xi ti where I belongs to M, M is the set of misclassified points. So this is the perceptron learning algorithm that will lead you to the minimum loss, and it will stop adjusting as soon as all the points are correctly classified. So this assumes that you have linearly separable problem. Now the solution that you will get in x1 x2 space, if it is a linearly separable problem, so let's say if all the positives points are on one side, all the negative points are on one side, you have an ambiguity of multiple solutions that you can reach, all of which have zero loss. Not the last one. Any of these green lines will have zero loss. So we have infinitely many solutions when we have a linearly separable problem with perceptron.